Hey there YouTube, it's Lolita Plus Geek here. So I just kind of wanted to tell you guys a quick couple of stories about my best experience in Lolita and my worst experience. So I figured I will start with my best experience because that one is not as lengthy. So it was actually this past International Lolita Day. It was a really fun day. Me and my friend drove across the state just to go to this meetup, and it was really cool. One of the girls had rented out a room at a La Quinta, like one of the conference rooms, and just, you know, the whole room was just cozy and it was full of food and clothes. There was, you know, a small consignment set up, which was pretty cool. And, you know, the story is more about what kind of happened later in the day as, you know, everybody was trying to wrap it up and close down the consignment area. And we kind of learned, because there was only like maybe 15 girls tops, I don't think even that, probably more like 12. And so we all kind of figured out that none of us wanted to take our consignment items home. Like, all of us were just like, these are all things that I have that I need to get the fuck rid of, and I need this out of my life. So I brought a couple things that were like that for me as well. So it was it really devolved into this crazy auction. The girl who was in charge of the meet was just like, look, we're just gonna start auctioning shit off. So if you don't give a shit about your things, just tell me. So she started grabbing stuff, and it started off with a couple of dresses that were like, $20, $20, get it, $20 here. And then it got even better where she was just like, $1. This is for $1. This is free. So I ended up getting this dress here with the blouse that's attached, that's under it as well, which, I mean, I can't fit into, but I got a bolero. I got this dress, this OP over here. I will show you this OP. It's so cute. I got this little OP here. Like, it was awesome. And so basically, the auction just became, here, take this shit, I don't want it. And we ended up just giving half of our stuff, half the consignment items that we had brought, we just ended up giving them to each other. You know, for $1 or $2 or whatever, it didn't matter. And it kind of became this huge, like, loving, like, crazy mess of all of us laughing and having a fun, and just, that has to be one of my best, if not the best, Lolita experience ever. Like, I've met a baby designer. I went to a baby tea party, you know, that was not nearly as great as what happened that afternoon. That is just the top, like, best thing ever. And it was so much fun, and I cannot wait to do another meetup with these girls again. I loved how casual it was, and it was great. It was just so much fun. But now we gotta talk about the thing that was not so much fun. So I gotta tell you guys a story, because this story is ridiculous. It is something that, like, life is stranger than fiction. That's just the truth. Like, there's just some stuff you can't make up. Like, it sounds like some bullshit that happened on, like, a CGL thing, you know? Like, it sounds like something somebody would make up to put on the internet for laughs. And I gotta tell you, this is a real story. This, honest to God, happened to me and my friend. And to this day, like, I've told this story like 3 or 4 times to different groups of people, and they can't believe this actually happened to us. And it was ridiculous. So to preface this video, you kind of have to know, our local mall isn't very big. And they just a couple years ago put in an anime store. And it's kind of got, like, some knockoff anime goods and some real anime goods. And they've gotten better within the last year or so. But, you know, it's an anime store, so it's going to attract, you know, some weebs and some squeebs and all that fun, you know, section of nerddom and all that good stuff. And right next to it, they have just put in our local mall, this, like, off-brand, privately owned, like, lingerie store. So you can see where this is going. Fun directions. right here. And also, just to let you know, I know one of the guys who works at the anime store. And he's a nice guy. He's pretty cool. He's pretty chill. I always go in to say hi to him. And so that's kind of all the background information that you needed for this video. So to start the story, me and my friend, we're going to the mall because it's her boyfriend's birthday. So, you know, we go to the normal kind of like stores you would start going into. We go into the anime store, we go into, you know, Hot Topic, we go into a couple places. She's just desperately looking for a present for his birthday because he gets off work in a couple hours, and she's like, shit, I gotta get him something good, something awesome. And we did end up finding him a good present, just not where we ended up. Just okay. So, you know, being the horrible friend that I am, after we go into a couple stores, we start, you know, walking past the lingerie store, the aforementioned kind of like off-brand weird, you know, lingerie store. And I'm like, hey girl, let's check out this lingerie store because I know what your man really wants. He wants some lingerie. And my friend goes, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go in. It'll be fun. You know, worst case scenario, we just walk out with, you know, nothing. That's okay. Boy, was I wrong. There was such a worst case scenario, worst ever happened. And so we go into the lingerie store. Mind you, both of us are wearing Lolita pretty casually. She's wearing a really cute leaf macaron dress with like a cute little pink cardigan, you know, pretty cash. I'm wearing a black blouse with my fully shirred Meta skirt. It's, you know, it's pretty tame for Meta. It's the dim light skirt. You know, so just wearing some casual stuff, not wearing crazy tights or anything, just ankle socks and some flats, you know, kind of casual. I want to wear Lolita, but I don't want people to like ask me about it, kind of Lolita, you know what I mean? And so we go into the store, and the sales girl approaches us, and she goes, oh my god, I know what this is. So me and my friend look at each other like, uh-oh. Hopefully this is gonna turn out good. So we kind of give each other the side eye, like, oh shit. And she goes, I know what this is. The sales girl. I know what this is. Don't tell me what it is called. I'll think of the name in a second. Just give me a second. It's Lolita. And me and my friend are just like, internally, I know both of us just like started crying. We're just like, oh no, it's happening, mayday, mayday. My friend actually has really good like reaction. We're both freaking out on the inside, like, oh god, oh no, oh no, oh no. But she is like, she's enough of an adult to actually start properly explaining what the fashion is, what Lolita is, and you know, what we're wearing, blah blah blah, and how we're wearing it casually and whatever. And she, you know, my friend is trying to say this stuff, and then the sales girl cuts her the fuck off. Cuts her off, and is like, oh, don't worry, I know exactly what this is. We get littles in here from the anime store all the time. Just... There is nothing like being dressed in Lolita and going into a lingerie store and then being told, it's okay, we get littles in this store from the anime store all the time, right? The anime store is right next door to this lingerie store. So me and my friend just shut down and we're like, okay, we gotta get out. We're both kind of like scanning, like, okay, how do we get out of this? How do we get away from this bitch? How do we get out? How do we get out? And so the sales girl then proceeds to not leave us alone. Not just let us go shopping on our own. But no. She's got to show us their steampunk corsets. Because you know what? We're in Lolita. So, you know, we want them steampunk corsets. So she starts pulling out these, like, really cheesy Etsy, like, looking corsets with, like, I don't know, like, bathroom hinges and shit, like, super glued to the front of it with gold, whatever. So she's showing us these really cheesy corsets. She's like, well, we've got all these steampunk corsets and bustiers, which I know you guys would love because you're into all this. You're into this. And then she starts going to another section. She's like, Well, we've also got all of our leather rave gear and bras and you know, the stuff that we're just, me and my friend are just dying on the inside. We're like, no, please let us go. Please, sweet Jesus, let us go. Take me, Jesus, take me now. Take me. And she keeps on like kind of telling us literally everything in the store. Everything. And it's all bad shit. So, regret. So much regret. And then she finally leaves us alone. She finally like lets us look on our own. Says, oh, if you have any questions, just let me know. And so we're like, okay, finally, let's like look at something for a couple minutes, and then we'll just, you know, me and my friend are looking at each other. We can read each other's minds, like, oh shit, we need to get out of this. We need to get out. And so we're like, okay, well, just to not be rude, we're gonna look at something for a few seconds and then just, you know, just vamoose while she's not paying attention. And so the first sales girl goes into the back, and we're like, okay, we see an out. We're gonna start walking away, like, cool. But then, who comes from the back? But this bitch. And I'm not small. I'm not tiny. I'm not petite. I'm not a beautiful thin lady. But from the back comes this lady. She would make Donald Trump jealous. She got that orange tan. She would just make Donald Trump go, damn girl, you've got a beautiful tan. I need that. So she had this orange leathery skin. This woman had to be like in her 50s, 60s, somewhere in there. She's got this horrible leathery skin. This eyeshadow, like painted across a thin line across the top of her eyes. Hot pink, shiny, shimmery, like the kind of stuff that a 12-year-old will wear because that's what she thinks like an adult looks like. And so she comes out from the back, this woman, this leathery ass woman. She comes up to us and she goes, oh, hey girls, you gotta tell me about this. You gotta tell me what this is. What is this? So she's got kind of a smoker's lung, like imagine a smoker's like voice, like the really bad ones that have been smoking their entire lives, and mix that with like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, and you got this woman's like voice. And so she's demanding us to tell her what this is. My friend, once again, brilliant, on point. She starts going into this lolita fashion. This is a fashion that comes from Harajuku in Japan, and it's based on vintage Rococo and, you know, Victorian clothing and blah, 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 blah. So she's doing really good. And this bitch, this bad eyeshadow, leathery ass looking bitch also cuts her off and says, oh, I know what it is. It's that little thing. We get them from the anime store all the time. So not one associate in this off-brand lingerie eBay shit store tells us we're littles. Two of them make a point to tell us that we're littles. And my friend just looks like she's about to start crying after she gets cut off. And we don't even know. The woman keeps on going on and on and on about the littles that come into the store. And who comes to save my ass but my friend from the anime store next door? Well, my acquaintance, you know, my buddy from the anime store. He comes from the other store to talk to the first girl who had talked to us. And he kind of distracted both of the sales ladies, like being, hey, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. And then me and my friend make a run for it. That had to be the most surreal experience of my Lolita experience as a whole. Like, it was just, I couldn't believe it was real. It sounded like a made-up story. I couldn't even fathom that had happened, and it was horrible. And I mean, now I can kind of look at it and laugh at it. Like, the story's kind of funny because the women were almost like these horrible caricatures of real people. And oh my god, it's fun to tell as well. But yeah, that was just horrible. My friend, we ended up going to FYE afterwards and buying her boyfriend a great birthday present that he was super happy with. And then we went to, there's a macaron shop in the mall, and we ended up having gelato and macarons and, you know, kind of like healing after that whole thing. And, you know, it ended up being a really fun day, and, you know, it was great. So that was my best and worst experience in Lolita. It was, both of them happened within a couple weeks of each other. Both of them, I could tell those stories over and over again, and I just wanted to share those with you guys on YouTube because I thought it was really funny and it would make a great video and a super relatable Lolita video. Like, how, I mean, who else hasn't? I feel like a lot of people have gotten these experiences in Lolita, like some overwhelmingly positive and some like laughably horrible. So if you've had experiences like this in Lolita, go ahead and tell me in the comments section below, because I'd actually really love to hear your stories. Cringe stories give me life. So I have so much fun with this. And yeah, if you guys want to like, comment, subscribe, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. Share with me your horrible, cringy stories of people's reactions to Lolita, or if you've had a really great experience, I'd love to hear about it. But I'll see you guys in the next video, so bye! I'm stealing things from Markiplier again. God damn it. I just can't help it. He's just so perfect. He is so perfect. Markiplier, marry me, okay?